If you're planning on rolling out Windows Server 2016 on your network, there's a couple different ways that you can go about doing that, and that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. The first method that you might want to do is going ahead and upgrading the operating system on all of your existing Windows servers, whether you're using Windows Server 2008 or Windows Server 2012. Now, this can be very difficult to do because it means that you have to be constantly taking servers offline to perform the upgrade. So instead, the method that we really recommend that people use is to simply bring online new servers. Install Windows Server 2016 onto a new server from scratch, bring that server online into your network, and then as you gradually get more and more 2016 servers online, you can decommission all of your older servers, take them off the network. And then once your entire network has been upgraded, then you can go in and upgrade your functional level of your domain. And that is finally going to allow you to take advantage of all of the new features that Windows Server 2016 allows. Something else that you need to keep in mind as you're going through this upgrade process is that you're going to need to be upgrading the schema on your network to the Windows Server 2016 schema. So there's two different options you have available for that. When you are performing the upgrade to Windows Server 2016, the installation wizard can automatically upgrade your schema if you have the right permissions. That is to say, you need to be a member of either the Enterprise Admin or the Schema Admin group when you're performing the installation to make sure that your schema gets upgraded properly. Otherwise, you can run AD prep, and this is especially required if you're running an older version of ADDS. So the adprep.exe is going to go through and update the schema for you. So let's take a look at the actual upgrade process. What are we doing when we're going through the upgrade? Well, the first option is if we are upgrading the server OS on an existing server. So you can start with your Windows Server 2012 installation and run a Windows Server 2016 installation on top of that, selecting the option that you want to keep your files, settings, and apps, doing an upgrade option of Windows Server 2016. Then the wizard will take you through completing the upgrade, making sure that everything is good to go, and then you can update any drivers or applications that you might need to make sure that everything stays compatible. Now, a couple things to keep in mind with this upgrade process. First off, you can complete the upgrade from either Windows Server 2012 or Windows Server 2012 R2. If you are running an older version of Windows, however, if you're running Windows Server 2008 or something else older, then you need to either perform an interim upgrade where you're upgrading first to Server 2012 or 2012 R2, and then from there to Server 2016, or you're going to need to go ahead and follow the clean install process that we'll be talking about in just a minute. One thing to keep in mind if you do need to do the clean install is that you can run your Windows Server 2016 ADDS domain controllers on the same network that you are running a Windows Server 2008 domain controller on. So you can do that gradual replacing process, doing a clean install of Server 2016 and then decommissioning your Server 2008 domain controllers once you've got everything else online to replace them. So the final thing we want to talk about here is that clean install process. What requirements do we have for that? Well, first thing we need to do is deploy our Windows Server 2016 machine. Install Windows Server 2016, configure it the way that we want it, set up the ADDS role on that server, any other roles and features that we want, and then join it to the existing domain. Once it's joined to the existing domain, you can use Server Manager to make it into a domain controller on that domain. Once it has synchronized everything else, you can remove your old machine from the domain and then upgrade your functional level of the domain to Windows Server 2016 once all the other older machines have been removed. And that is the upgrade process for Windows Server 2016.